How's it going, everybody? Great to see you yet again for another episode here in the single player world in the village of Spiritwood. We'll be starting here. We're not going to be staying here. This is just where I'm going to start off to explain to you what happened this episode and what's happening this episode, because it's a bit of what's happened, what's going on, and what we're going to be doing with this episode. Don't worry. Silly mistakes were made, but I think we've probably corrected them. I want to just go place a tree somewhere while we do this, just because may as well make myself a little bit productive. And, by the way, great comments on what you guys do in terms of getting areas, plain areas looking better. I've gone ahead, done some of the stuff that we were talking about, spreading out these pieces of grass and all that. And what can I tell you? It's looking good. I've even completed a bit more of the forest behind there, and it really does just cap that area off so well, and really just pulls this whole village in with everything else. A suggestion was to put a tree in the middle, and I think that's a great idea. So let's pop a tree down here, and while we do this, I will discuss what I've been doing for the past day and a bit, but it's a lot of hours, and I'm sure probably find the title or thumbnail gives away what has been going on. We have been building ourselves the world's biggest fish farm, realistically, and that is at least my idea of a true fish farm in this game. A giant guardian farm. And by the way, this guardian farm is not my design. It's a design by the mastermind, the genius behind it, Cubfan135. And of course, there will be a link in the description if you guys want to build this farm, if you guys do so choose. Because let me tell you, despite it being a lot of work, it's a very, very rewarding thing. And I have actually completed it, which will explain my 35 levels. Which are not too shabby right there. Look at those. Look at those beautiful levels. Now, I did have some issues recording it because I thought, you know, Jansey, you've got some cool ideas using the replay mod. That thing is amazing, but it is not updated to 1.13. And if you guys don't know the replay mod, I'll introduce you someday. Trust me, you guys are gonna love each other. It's gonna be great. But for now, it has not yet been updated, and of course, that means we have not been able to use it because. Hey, you can put the pieces together. Not updated, not working. It's alright. I can hear a zombie around here. You know what? I realize I put these really, really loud, which I don't normally have really loud because, of course, we wanted to listen for guardians. This farm that we built, by the way, I spent many hours collecting resources, and I thought, you know, that seems like a lot of the work. I'm sure it can't get any more tiresome than this. And believe me, that was literally just the beginning, because from there on, it started getting more and more crazy. The amount of work that we've had to do to get this guardian farm up and running has been enormous. But I will tell you, it is rewarding. We now have instant food, instant levels, and not only that, we also do have ourselves a big project on our hands for the future, because I'm not going to just leave this guardian farm looking like it is. Cubfan, as crazy as he is, and by the way, if you guys don't know him, you guys should know him. He does some absolutely insane builds. In fact, one of my favorite builds ever was this galaxy he did. Insane. But yeah, I'll leave that for you to go find out. The one thing he did do is a very efficient, easy enough to do farm without removing all the water. It isn't the most prettiest of farms, and that's where we're going to come into it. And today we're going to do some prettying up in the later parts of this episode. But what we're going to do to pretty it up is only the start. I do want to do many other things. I want everything in this world that we go past to look very, very good. So, by the way, right now you should probably see a whole bunch of stuff on the screen of us going around building this farm. And what I attempted to do, which kind of worked, but you'll tell at some stage the particles just get a bit too much for what I was doing, and everything kind of falls apart. so you won't see the full farm being built. I'll try and get the majority of it in, whatever I can salvage, but what I decided to do was to go in a LAN world, make my world open to LAN, and use a second computer to record the world. And it did work quite well for the majority of the time. There were one or two things that didn't quite come out as good, but one thing we did find out very, very quickly is bubble columns, and you'll see when it cuts out. Bubble columns, they've got a lot of particles, and particles really don't go too well with my second computer, which is not working too well. So yeah, we didn't have everything, but I do have some crazy cool statistics we can look at as well, because one thing was I fought a lot of guardians. I also demolished a lot of, like, a ridiculous amount of every type of prismarine. And I haven't actually had a look at all these statistics, but I'd like to have a look. The biggest thing, though, is Jansey. You tend to be very, very, what is the word? Very, very clumsy. How about that? That's that's the word. And forgetful, and tend to not watch your health very much. So did you inevitably, which we're all waiting for, succumb to one of these guardians and die? No, I did not. In fact, let's have a look. While we're at it, while we're in the middle of this tree, I've only played in this world 3.3 days, and that's a testament to how little I've been AFKing. As I say, I want everything in this world to be non-AFKable, and so we have done it. And it has taken us a lot more time to get all the resources, but hey, we have an AFK'd, which is my kind of thing, and still a lot of games quit. But we're not looking at that. I want to have a look. Where is there damage taken, distance walked, you know what? I can't see death, and I think the deaths, maybe I'm just missing it. Player kills, number of deaths. Oh, number of deaths. Sorry, there it is. I was gonna say, maybe it doesn't come up until you actually have one. Still a pristine 0 right there, looking so, so good. Now, a few cool things. Number of mobs killed. You can see I've not killed that many of all these mobs. There's one that does stick out. 261 guardians, and I went on to go fight some elder guardians. I found this really, really cool, you can see 12 elder guardians fought. I found this really, really cool double, what would you call it? Double guardian farm? Double ocean monument, that's it. It's not a guardian farm unless I make one. And that was really cool. And it's in this world. In fact, if you guys want to use the world download, which is already out in the world tour, you guys can feel free to go look at this thing. It's a double monument farm that's got entrances on... Oh, double ocean monument. Dang it, Jansey, what are you doing? Double ocean monument that's got entrances on both sides of it and had double guardians in it, which is really, really cool. And I had to do that to go fight them for some more sponge, which turns out is in short supply in this world. So yeah, that was another thing that held us back a little bit, but we got through it in the end. And that was really, really cool. And besides that, just in general, I did enjoy making this really, really big farm. And it's one of the things I love is doing farms and all those sorts of things. They're so tedious, but you know what it is? It's one of those things where when you've got it done, man, it feels good. It's awesome. And that is something I have at least achieved. I think it's working pretty well. We'll go check it out soon. There is my big pillar of leaves. Let's get rid of these, have a look at them. And yeah, that's it. Perfect. All right. And we can go check how efficient it is. It's not the craziest experience, but, you know, it is some pretty good experience. That tree's looking a little bit sad. I'll tell you what, I'll come back to that. I'll show you something cool that I was waiting, just because, you know, I've tried my hardest to keep as much stuff on camera that we've done this world through either creative little things like putting it on as like additional things to look at, for instance, these extra little bits on the side, or even just, by the way, we'll get one of these, or even just trying to make some of the more so-called boring, and I say that in inverted commas, despite the fact that you can't see them. I try and do a lot more of that stuff and make it more interesting, and this project, I tried, but it did fail a little bit, because of course, as I say, the other computer couldn't hold up quite as well as I'd hoped. Those 3 diamonds, 2 diamonds, okay, of course, perfect, good thing we put down 2, and our Fortune 2 pickaxe. I'm gonna say goodbye to you very, very soon, because we are on the brink, and I've been waiting for you guys so you can join me on this momentous occasion of getting ourselves a Fortune 3 pickaxe, and I've been waiting because I saw it was here, and I've got the levels, and I was like, you know what, we'll wait a little bit. Man, we have been waiting for 31 episodes to get that. I'm not even upset that I'm breaking 3s on that. I'll organize that. But that over there is absolutely beautiful. I've came to the stage in my last world where I could not get any silk touches. I couldn't stop getting silk touches. But now I finally got my Fortune 3, and that is beautiful. And by the way, it looks like we are all done except for the shovel. It looks like we've got the perfect helmet. We've got almost the perfect chest plate. Almost the perfect boots. In fact, those are pretty much the perfect boots. I feel like there's one thing missing from those. The pickaxe, the axe, the shovel, that needs a little bit of work. Good. Mending, of course, would be great for all those. But that's fantastic. Now, since I've kind of caught you up with what we're doing, we've got a beautiful tree in there, soon to be beautiful. We can now go ahead and check out our ocean monument. In fact, let's just do this. These 10, no matter what we do now, these diamonds are all as efficiently fortuned as they could possibly be. So let's check from 10 ore. Have a guess. I can't. Dang it, I didn't put it in my inventory. Come on, Jansey, you overlooked that. 18, that's pretty good. We'll leave that over there. We'll go around to our Guardian farm, and I'll show you guys around. And we're almost there on the trip right now. We've just gone back from the city of Spiritwood, or the village of Spiritwood, my apologies. And the pirate village is just around there. If you just kept going in that direction, that's where it is. But here we go. Look at this behemoth of a build. It is huge. We went for the smallest design, but it's still a very chunky build. Look at that. Monstrous. Absolutely huge. You wouldn't have seen all this in the like pre-rolled footage, but let me tell you, it is very large. And one cool thing, by the way, let's see, maybe we'll see some squid. The squid are hilarious. They come and then they shoot up like those, but they just keep shooting up. But it's a little bit of a visual glitch. It's really, really crazy. But look at this. Look at that. Goodbye, Guardians. And hello, all my beautiful drops. Quite literally. So let's go in here. I want to show you what's going on because I've got plans to decorate the outside of this. I think it's going to look really, really cool, and I hope to hear your guys' thoughts. And besides that, we also are going to be doing this part here. Now, I was kind of thinking of how I do it. How do I make this look cool? And a bit of an ocean-y thing, and I guess I'm probably going to actually have to get some breath very soon, is that we go ahead and make a shell almost down the bottom here, which is going to be the room where we end up harvesting our drops, and not only that, storing the drops that we harvest. And by the way, I've turned this off so that all these guys just kind of sit down here and wait around, because it ends up, you'll see that one there on the outside? They end up collecting on the outside, and I've got to do something about that. Maybe one day I'll drain the whole outside around there so that they only spawn inside the monument. We'll come to that in the far future. It seems to be all right for me right now. But right now, what I do want to do is I want to go ahead and complete this over here. In fact, I should have a potion of night vision, the very last one, I think. So let's make it count. Beautiful. And I guess I'll do a little bit of water breathing. It's not a big deal. The water breathing's not really, really cool. We do have a conduit. We are just out the range of it. But the water breathing will allow us to do what I want to do right now, which is I want to go underground. I want to go all the way down below this little chamber. And if you guys don't understand how it works, all these guys sit in here. We come in, smash them like that. They will not actually die right now because this is Smite 4 and not Sharpness 5, which is our goal. And we'll keep enchanting until we get to that. So I guess we don't really have all of our enchants set up. And what I've planned on doing here, by the way, is we're going to take all the drops that we get from here and make a nice little storage room down below, and it's conveniently in this little ravine, which is, or underwater cave, sorry, that is pre-dug out for us, which means we just have to drop a sponge down and we're good. So those are the hoppers where we were just standing on. So what I want to do, because of course this is the fun part of me digging it out, it's not the fun part of me decorating it, I'm going to go ahead and clear out this area. I just want to get a nice shape over here. I've planned the shape out on the top, which is this shell over here. Hey, oh, look at this, look at this. These guys don't know who they're messing with. Can you give me that back, please? 2 hits, watch this. Maybe if I miss, it'll take 1 extra. 2 hits, goodbye, Guardian. That's what I've been up to for the past day and a bit. But look at that. All the way down there. Get that area underneath. And then I've got plans for this maybe in the future, which maybe means it's most certainly going to happen, but maybe soon, I guess, is better off for me to say. Oh, there we've got conduit power. We will be building an underground transport facility where we're going to be able to transport ourselves and items concurrently. We'll have 2 different pieces of this operating together, and the idea is going to be that we're going to be able to take items from one area to the other, which is like, that's far down the track. Right now, what I want is I just want to be able to transport me very, very quickly, and that is of course going to be using ice roads and all that beautiful stuff. But hey, these are some big projects. I don't want to miss out on these. Hey, who's I can see you there. Sneaky, very, very sneaky. You definitely didn't see what I just did to your buddy. Okay, that one's gone. You, my friend, are gonna hit me. Ooh, not even once. Perfect. Look at that. Easy, easy, easy. So I'll get this cleared out. We'll get all this covered up and looking good. I guess I'll have to block off the top because I can get through here. Yep. And then we'll go ahead and start this off. And here we have some good changes. I've gone ahead, I've like completely destroyed this place. Look at it. It's crazy. But that's right, we'll leave this. We're not gonna go all the way down. Like, there is a stupid amount of work to go into the actual storage of this. And eventually, as I was saying, the transport system will link up here eventually. And yeah, you know all that. We got all that to go. But right now, what I do want to do is make this area inside here very, very cool. And actually, I should have probably got rid of this. You can see I've got plans for it. I've just kind of left it. But that's right. That's easy enough for me to fix. So what I've got planned here is to work in a bit of this light blue concrete along with these pieces here. And you might be saying, I don't really think it works, which is exactly what I was saying until I started doing it a little bit like this, where we start dripping it off on the inside here. And I think this is going to be what's going to bring this whole place together, these little droplets, I guess you could call them. Also, I want that. Oh, there, I've got it in my inventory. I was thinking about it, and I must have got it out without me thinking about it. Now I'm confused. Don't mind me, all right? So there we go. We were going to put in a few more of these little pieces here. These, what are these? These are magenta, not purple. Magenta stained glass. And the reason for the magenta is specifically, actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll do that. The reason for the magenta is specifically because I think it's a cool color. That's pretty much it. And it goes really well with blue. So if you have a look here, a bit of blue. Oh, magenta, sorry. a bit of blue and a bit of magenta. Works really well. In fact, this one over here would be a good place for me to do this. Just something like that. Hide a little bit of light, which, I mean, it's not really hidden, but you know what? We can do that. And the whole idea is, as I say, from the outside, it looks like a shell. The inside, it'll still kind of look like a shell, but eventually merge into the ground and be our operating base under here, which, by the way, I forgot to tell you guys, and I did have this to tell you guys, is the big bubble we built, like, 3 episodes ago. That bubble is the operating base for this big build that we've just done. But the reason why we didn't show you guys much of it is precisely because, well, we didn't exactly have that episode because of all the silly things that we've had. Of course, being the lost footage because of the fact that we just couldn't record it. And that sort of stuff. And in fact, I'm kind of happy that we didn't necessarily have an episode on just building this thing. It would be a fairly boring thing, I think. Just the whole building process isn't too exciting until it's done. That's the thing. I think it's more exciting when we've actually finished it all up, and yeah, that's the way it is. But here is some exciting stuff which I've been thinking about, and it's something that I have said for very long that I wish happened, and it's happening, is on sometime this month, if you guys are watching in the far future. This is September right now. I think it's September that we've got Minecon Earth, which, I mean, hey, I'll be honest with you, I prefer just Minecon as Minecon, but that's beyond my point. My point is more along the lines of what is going to be announced, and that is going to be the future update of the game, the next big update, Minecraft 1.14, which originally was going to be the aquatic update, but they kind of just merged into 1.13, and that's what ended up happening. But Minecraft 1.14, there is a place where you can select what biome you want in the game. So updated in the game. And I've been wanting this for a very long time. I've wanted biomes to become prettier and look better. And I was thinking, you know, it'll be kind of cool what they could do with updating biomes. One of the biomes we could choose would be a taiga, the other one would be a savanna, and the other one will be a desert biome. And if you guys don't know that, you can find it. I don't know, someone from Mojang's Twitter will be there. But yeah, it's really cool that we have the opportunity to vote on which one gets done first. And I was thinking, like, what could they do? And then it crossed my mind. Wait, we've just had a massive biome update, and that is literally the biggest biome in the world, is the ocean biome, and we've had that updated, and I'm assuming we could probably expect things like that, you know, a few new mobs. Look at that, that's starting to look pretty good. It's just a matter of more and more and more, and eventually they start to look better and better and better. So there we go. But yeah, what we could do is, for instance, have new mobs, all those sorts of things. I thought that was really neat, and I can't believe it didn't cross my mind immediately, but as I say, we've already had a full update of biomes, and I think they've done a fantastic job, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we can get with this next one. So For me, I was thinking about, like, which one's going to be the one I'm going to vote for. I don't know. I haven't yet decided, but I'm definitely going to, because last time my mob I voted for, but it didn't win for when we could vote in a mob, which ended up being the Phantom. By the way, that's the one that won. But that wasn't the mob I chose. The mob I chose was, I think, the one that looked like Trapinch from Pokemon. That's the one I chose, and I like the idea of it that it could eat off enchantments. I'll put a light source up above that. Yeah, that looks really cool. That it could eat off enchantments from things. I thought that was really, really neat. But turns out the flying mob that everyone despises is the one that won. So surprise, surprise there. You guys should have just listened to me and voted for that, I guess. The moral of the story, but I'm kidding. But yeah, the one that everyone really wanted is the one that everyone absolutely hates in the game right now, because it's just getting them when they don't sleep. That's funny, I guess. It's just an odd thing, but either way, I think this is the focus, and I think we've done really, really well. So what I'm gonna do, because of course we've had a crazy episode, like this is by far the longest episode out of the entire series so far, which has been crazy for me to make, and that's just purely because of the size of what's going on there. Now, I think before we go, let's just go and show you guys what we have to do and the things we have to get done. So we need, very, very importantly, a sharpness 5, not a smite, a sharpness 5 sweeping edge sword. So that's the goal, because else we have to just keep smacking them like this, like crazy. Which, I mean, hey, it works, and we're gonna have to do it for some time. Look at that. Look at that health. Oh, man. It hurts. It really does. But yeah, we're gonna have to be smacking them for some time before we get there. But either way, we've got some big things ahead of us, big plans in just this area, and let alone the others. I'll go ahead, fix this up, and we'll be back for another episode very, very soon. So thank you everyone for joining me today. It's been a great episode, as I say, a long episode, but very, very, very rewarding. So as I say, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you very, very soon.